I cannot wait to show you more work in progress about my time here. I was staying for 2 weeks and a half, and we're doing like some errands, or we're doing just a couple of trips to West Virginia and Virginia just to see some sightseeing for my project. And this time I won't be alone. We're staying with my girlfriend Angelica, and she's taking care of the videos. So thanks Angelica for keeping up the support for my project. It means a lot. And let's get started today. We're going to Jenkins here in Eastern Kentucky to say hi to some friends, and then we start to work on pictures and people I've scheduled appointment with.
I can only really talk about like me as far as my experiences living here in Appalachia. I've been here, my wife reminded me, 16 years now.
Wow.
But I'm from Kentucky in general. But being black here in Appalachia has been different. You have to find your people, you know.
Your community.
But we're here.
Yeah.
You know, that's the myth that a lot of people have, is a myth and that stigma that black people don't exist here in Appalachia. And we do. We've always been here. We're going to always be here. We're not going nowhere. So my experience has been unique and different in a way, because when I first moved here, I come from an urban setting to a rural area. So my lenses were already different. So I got to see best of both worlds. And it has only made my experience even more enriching. Because a lot of the food that we have right here in our backyard here in Appalachia, we get it in Lexington, Louisville, and other places. They just call it different names.
Okay.
But it's the same food, same flavor.
Yeah.
But it's just something about the way we do our stuff here in Appalachia. We just throw that little, that extra little flair into our food, and it just gives it that just great taste. And just our people that we have here. You know, in a bigger place, you don't see that community coming together as much. Here in Appalachia, when something happens, regardless on how somebody feels about you, we all come together and help each other out. And you don't see that nowhere else. It's very unique to our area. Not saying just our area here in Eastern Kentucky, but our area here in Appalachia in general.
Yeah.
Because when the floodings and stuff happened over in North Carolina, you know, we went to go help also, because they came and helped us when we got flooded out and stuff. And that's community helping community. That's building community. And, you know, that's just part of the experience of not just black, not just white, not just Asian, not just
No races.
Spanish, no races at all. Everybody coming together and helping everybody. Now, once everything's done, then people have their own opinions on stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But in times of need, we put all that BS to the side, and we come together as one.
Let me set everything. So I do first focusing, and then we once we have the focus, you stay still, and you go behind the curtains. Yeah.
We do this all the time.
Yeah.
Now, back to finding more and more black folks in Appalachia. Like I said earlier, we're here, we're just spread out. You know, from doing research and stuff, I found out years and years ago, there was a thriving black community over in Lynch, Kentucky, in Harlan, here in parts of Letcher County, and of course parts of Perry County and Knott County as well. I was like, well, what happened? And then of course, that was when the coal boom was going. So there was a lot of coal miners and everything. And then once that went away, people started looking for work. They started migrating to other places, but they still have these Appalachian roots.
Do you have anyone that works in the coal mining section of the society?
Not anymore. That I know personally. My father-in-law, he used to be a state mine inspector. He retired recently.
Okay.
But you know, we've talked about that before, and under the hill, everybody's the same color. You know, that whole myth about redneck, right?
Yeah.
You know how they got started? Was in the coal mines.
Yeah.
It wasn't black or white. No, it was everybody wore these handkerchiefs.
Yeah, you cannot see it.
Yes, everybody wore handkerchiefs and they were red and they put them around their face. So of course people see folks back then with a handkerchief, they called them a redneck. And now that has transformed to something else.
Yeah.
You know,
the camera. Thank you. Three, two, one. Perfect.
but in these coal camps and stuff, it was black and white folks living together, coming together as community, coming together as one. It wasn't all segregated and everything. Now, does racism still exist? Yes, it does in some parts.
I mean, it's not stronger like in other American cities.
It's not as strong as a lot of people think it is. Then there's other counties, not our counties, but there's other counties that is still very much alive. And I avoid those counties.
Yeah, sure.
Just because of that. And, you know, I'm like, you got some people who are still stuck in their old ways. The counties that I'm referring to are smaller counties. They're not growing, their population is declining, but they still hold on to these racist tendencies.
Yeah, yeah.
But we don't care about that. We're going to keep moving forward.
Yeah, you have
building.
You have to. Keep on building, keep on making communities, and keep on helping out.
And that's what it's about, is helping each other out. And that's another thing that I love about here at the shop, here at Appalshop.
It's very...
We are extremely diverse.
Yeah.
You know, we have people from all backgrounds, all walks of life. When we all come together, we hang out, we cut up. You know, we may get mad at each other from time to time, but we know that we are family here. And
that's the most unique value in Appalshop. Relax a little bit. People like Dee are part of what makes Appalachia feel different. There's a generosity here that's difficult to explain until you experience it yourself, and honesty and kindness that go beyond expectations. Many of the people who live in these mountains are deeply proud of their land. Even if life here often means being far from everything, they choose to stay because this is home. And for that home, they're willing to give a lot. When a stranger arrives, hospitality is almost never missing, even in situations that might seem a little intimidating at first. As you'll see later in my series, you're often welcomed with a surprising warmth. Sometimes those encounters happen completely by chance. Like Austin, we started talking after they finished work, and before long he agreed to let me make his portrait. In Appalachia, every encounter has the potential to become a friendship. 1, 2, 3. And every friendship leaves something behind.